In life, there comes a moment when the weight of doing the right thing feels unbearable, when you can't tell what's right or even who you are. That's exactly where Arjun stands at the beginning of chapter 2. Confused, heartbroken, helpless, and he surrenders to Krishna, not as a friend or charioteer, but as a seeker before the divine. This is the moment the Gita truly begins. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjun lowers his bow. His hands shake. He sees his elders, teachers, cousins, all standing on the opposite side. How can I kill them, Krishna? No matter who wins, this war only brings sorrow. What pleasure is there in victory soaked in the blood of my own family? My mind is clouded. My heart is broken. I can no longer decide what's right. I surrender to you. Teach me. Krishna looks at him, not with anger, but with sharp clarity. This despair, Arjun, it's not nobility. It is weakness, born of illusion. Do not yield to it. It does not become you. Sanjay says, seeing Arjun grief-stricken with tears in his eyes, Krishna begins to speak words that have echoed across millennia. Krishna's first teaching is not of war, it is of the soul. You grieve for those who are eternal. The wise do not mourn for the living or the dead. You were never born, you will never die. The soul is unbreakable, unburnable, and undrownable. Just as a person discards old clothes and puts on new ones, the soul casts off one body and enters another. Then Krishna turns to duty. You are a Kshatriya. Your dharma is to protect righteousness. To fight for justice is not sin, it is virtue. If you run from battle, you abandon your duty. You'll gain neither peace nor honor, only infamy. If you are killed, you go to heaven. If you win, you enjoy the earth. So stand up, Arjun, and fight with balance. But Krishna does not stop at duty. He goes deeper into Karma Yoga. You have a right to your actions, Arjun, but not to the fruits of those actions. Let go of desire for success or fear of failure. Perform your duty without attachment. When action is done in this way, it becomes yoga. Action becomes worship. Arjun asks, what does a person of steady wisdom look like? How does he speak? How does he live? Krishna replies, when a man gives up all desires and remains content in the self alone, he is said to be of steady wisdom. Krishna explains that such a person is like a tortoise withdrawing its limbs into its shell. They can withdraw their senses from sense objects. They are not affected by praise or insult, profit or loss, victory or defeat. Their consciousness is fixed on the divine. Krishna also warns of the opposite path. From dwelling on objects, attachment arises. From attachment, desire. From desire, anger. From anger, delusion. From delusion, loss of memory. And from loss of memory, destruction of intellect. And from that, complete ruin. Krishna concludes, this is the state of divine consciousness. Once attained, one is never shaken. Even at the moment of death, one who abides in this wisdom reaches the supreme. You may not be standing in Kurukshetra, but you've stood at crossroads. Moments where doing your duty felt impossible. Moments where your heart ached and your mind screamed to run. Krishna's words aren't locked in time. They are for you. When you're lost in fear or doubt, when you crave results, when you've forgotten who you are the eternal soul, unshaken, undying, free. And from that space, act. And so, the second chapter ends with Krishna having laid the philosophical foundation for Arjun's path forward, transforming his initial despair into a quest for profound spiritual understanding and enlightened action. Thus ends chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, called Sankhya Yoga, the Yoga of knowledge. But this is only the beginning. In the next chapter, we go deeper into Karma Yoga, the yoga of selfless action. If this helped you pause and reflect, subscribe to Pause with Dharma, because the Gita has much more to reveal.